morning, everyone. Welcome to our Mind the Moment's Thursday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I'm a little hoarse, but I'm still here and I'm plugging along. Hopefully you can still hear me. And I'm here with Tara Healey, founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness program. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Suzanne. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here. And it's nice to be back. I was at the Mass Conference for Women yesterday, which was, Tara and I didn't even get a chance to talk about it, but I only got there for half a day just because of something else. But got to see Viola Davis.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
so she's so amazing. So it was a wonderful, just women-supported experience, but lots of guys there too. So
That's
just
great.
a wonderful experience. Lots of people of all genders, so it was wonderful. So today, Tara will start us off with a question for the group, as we always do. And then after that, she'll share some thoughts and then lead us in at least a 12-minute guided practice. After that, we'll have time for questions. So go to the bottom of the chat, open on the bottom of your screen, open up the chat, and then you'll see the blue drop-down menu that says host and panelists. Just click on everyone. And hang on one second. And then you'll have a chance to see everybody's comments and everyone can see yours. So with that, Tara, what is the question for the group this morning?
Suzanne, I'm seeing that somebody's going to the virtual conference for women today. So
So am
great.
I.
I mean, it's a really amazing event. And I went years ago, and I don't know why I don't go every year because it's incredible.
Yeah, and it's 6,500 people went live yesterday. It's usually 10,000. It's the biggest in the country, in the world. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So the virtual, I don't know how many people they took for that, but so today, and I know I'm jumping in, but I have to share. Misty Copeland, first African-American prima donna ballerina.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's there. And Reese Witherspoon.
Oh,
yeah. Nice. And there's the man who started the Jose, I can't remember his last name, but he started the feeding the people around the world.
The kitchen?
Yes.
World Kitchen?
World Kitchen. He's going to be there.
Amazing.
Yeah,
really
Jose Andres. Thank you, Karen. And then Karen, who's the last person? It was an African-American woman who's a rock star.
Oh, Daniel Pink is going to be there. Wow.
Who's Daniel Pink? I don't know.
He's the Harvard guy who's done a lot on, like mind and brain, and he's really interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to blank on he's got a bunch of books. Yeah.
So anyway, all good. Wow. So glad some people are joining. So Tara's got a question. We got off track a little bit.
Sorry. So, just thinking about the holiday season and what quality of mind and heart do you most want to develop to support you as you move through the next few weeks? So what quality of mind and heart do you want to kind of cultivate, develop as a way to support you as you move through the holiday season, which, often for most of us is somewhat of a mixed bag. It's, I think it brings, it conjures up a lot often of emotion. So really curious about what you most feel like you might need to develop or work on. I love they're already coming in. Yes. Yeah.
So someone mentioned to me, I'll mention mine really quickly because it seems wonderful.
Yeah.
So how Oprah says, I know this much is true.
Yeah.
Someone said that to me today, and just knowing what's true in the moment, what really is true in the moment, is something I want to cultivate.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Tara?
I would say, well, actually, I'm going to say two things. So anybody who you have more, just put them in there. But I was thinking like the word equanimity comes to me, or, which is really just a steadiness or balance, and feeling that I really need that now and this season. But the other thing too, I don't know if anybody remembers the movie Love Actually, which came out, I don't know, I can't remember what year, but 20 years ago. I think it was 20 years ago. So Diane Sawyer did a piece where she was interviewing many of the characters, the cast, 20 years later. And it's sweet because they were filling in the blank, Love Actually, and a lot of them, and kind of the premise of it is everywhere. And so love is another quality that I think really is just, and they're all different forms of love. And yeah, it's a really good special, by the way, if anyone's interested.
And Diane Sawyer, we just Google Diane Sawyer Love Actually.
Yes, Love Actually, like 20 years later, something like that.
Okay, I'll type it in.
I think it might have been on ABC, but then Hulu had it. So
Okay.
really good.
Good to
And
know.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's look at what else we have here.
Yes.
Sorry, I wanted to, Tara,
Yeah.
you got to text that to me because I'm not gonna, I want to get through the
I will.
names. So Herbert Benson, I wonder if that's someone that's going to be at the conference. So that I'll have to look up. Patience, kindness, acceptance, yes.
Yeah.
Spread more kindness, calmness, self-compassion, fortitude, patience, clarity, patience. Patience is a popular
Yeah.
acceptance, equanimity, patience, and kindness as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all those qualities are, lovely to think about and bring into our
Yeah.
days these days. Love in need of love. Song lyric. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or all we need is love, the Beatles. Yeah. But love in need of love. I wonder what song that's from, Alicia.
Yeah.
I like it though.
I know. And one of the things about mindfulness meditation practice is that we know that we can actually cultivate these qualities. We can develop these qualities. We know through much of the neuroscience that however we are inclining the mind, that's what we're training. So it's like wittingly or unwittingly, we're always training something. And the more awareness that we have, the more we can see kind of habits of mind that aren't helpful. We can see them arising, greet them, kind of like the Rumi poem, greet them, feel the effects in the body, the impact in the body, and, begin to bring up another quality that is more skillful, useful, helpful. And so this morning, I'm going to guide us in a body scan because so many of our emotions, really in this practice, the idea is to feel them in the body, whatever they are, the difficult, the good, it's just easier to feel the positive, skillful emotions. So I always feel like starting and ending with a little bit of, tapping into the body is a good way to go. And then we'll pick an anchor to help bring some stability to mind. And we'll end with a little bit of loving kindness.
Sounds
So,
good.
yeah. So everybody go ahead and take a posture that feels like it's going to be best for you this morning. So if you're especially tired, I think standing is really good posture to take. Lying down is also fine, but just be careful because you can fall asleep pretty easily. And of course, seated. Eyes can be open or closed. And if you are keeping the eyes open, it's always helpful just to gaze downward a little bit. But I always start with a couple deep breaths and make the exhalation longer than the inhalation as a way to settle any surface tension and just begin to stabilize the body. So go ahead and do a couple deep breaths. And see on that last exhalation, if you can just surrender your weight into the support of the surface that you're on. And knowing the earth beneath you will catch you, is there for support. So kind of dropping the shoulders, resting the arms and hands. And just noticing any sensations in the body from your activity this morning. So that could be pulsing, vibration, a tingling, you might be aware of temperature, points of contact with the back of the body and the surface. And just kind of aware of all those subtle points of contact. And taking a moment to connect in with hearing. So any sounds in the room or outside of the room that you're aware of. And as you feel ready, bringing awareness back inward, allowing sound to remain as it will, not a problem in the background, but bringing awareness back inward to the body. And begin now to narrow the focus of attention on the sensations you notice when you breathe in and out. Where in the body is the sensation of breath strongest for you? So is it the abdomen or the chest? Or the air entering and leaving the nostrils, or even somewhere else? But allowing the body to breathe as it will, however you're breathing is perfect. So it could be shallow, could be deep, just however you're breathing is fine. Just as you breathe in and out, tracking the physical sensations. And as you notice that the mind wanders away into the past or the future, also not a problem. Just make a soft mental note, thinking, soften the body, and then return to tracking the sensation of breath. As always, you have other options. You could, if breath is hard for you this morning, you could use sound, or you could take the palms of your hands and rest them on your thighs and have what that point of contact actually feels like. That could be your anchor. You could put your hands on a chair or a table, and that point of contact could be your anchor. So just bringing the attention back over and over again as the mind wanders. That is cultivating balance, steadiness, focus, concentration. Each time you notice the mind has wandered and you escort the attention back, you could think of it as a drop in the bucket of concentration. So I'll be silent for the next couple minutes. And noticing where the mind is in this moment. Soften the body and gently escort the attention back to whatever you're using as an anchor this morning. Tracking breath sensation or sound or another body sensation. And noticing where the mind is. Softening the body and returning to your anchor. And as we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected and our bodies healthy and strong. May the merit or the benefit of this practice be for everyone. And as you feel ready, if your eyes were closed, you can go ahead and open the eyes. And if they were open too, it's always helpful just to reorient to the space you're in, maybe do a little bit of a stretch.
Thank you so much, Tara.
Yeah, yes, really nice to be with everybody this morning. Yeah.
I have to say, I was noticing when you said, when you were giving folks the opportunity to connect with the breath, with the body, or the sounds in the room.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned to this group, my dog meditates comes in when I meditate.
Yeah.
And when you said the sounds in the room, my dog started snoring.
That's a perfect anchor.
I know.
Because it goes on.
What more could we ask for?
It's right.
It's somewhat consistent.
Pretty consistent. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So again, I always, I want us to think of this as a community where we also share resources. Of course, the opportunity to ask questions or just share your own insights, and also resources. So podcasts or books or, anything that, you're listening to or reading that has been supportive and helpful.
Yeah. It's sometimes we just need to know that that's a very normal posture for meditation is standing.
Yes.
I mean, these days sometimes they say, I mean, this is a little harsh, but sitting is the new smoking. Like it's not as healthy. If you sit all day, and if you were sitting for the first 2 hours, it might be good to stand up. So
yeah. And there are 4 classic postures for meditation. This is just a given. So standing, walking, sitting, lying down. And walking meditation is also a really great practice. It's kind of like you're just going back and forth. And it was something I struggled with early on. But it grew on me, and with the help of teachers too. So it's a really, the walking meditation it's just a great, and you don't even have to go at that slow pace that, you can use it when you walk outside and do open awareness where you're taking in the sights and the smells and the sensations of walking. Yeah.
Yeah. And for this morning meditation, you can just take your phone, log in on your phone, use your headphones, and go in a room where you can just walk back and forth.
Yes.
You can also go outside. I mean, I know someone's from Florida here, so I'm hearing it was 80 degrees yesterday. I spoke to someone on the phone in Florida yesterday, but
oh wow.
I heard it was very hot, but you know what?
Wow.
Either way, you can you can do that. Yeah. So
yes.
That's an option. And Maria's mentioned about her dog snoring. It's just our dogs like when we're calm like this. It tells me that this is such a good practice, because when I say, Rocky, I'm going to meditate, he doesn't listen to me all the time. He runs right in.
That's so funny. Well, I think that the meditation can help to balance the nervous system. And I often think that our nervous systems meet other nervous systems, throughout the day, people we interact with, and that we're doing something not only for ourselves, but for others when we're starting to regulate our nervous system through these practices, because it's like transmits to us, if, when we're with someone who's especially agitated, their nervous system is up. It's, I don't know about you, but I know that I feel that often, and we can regulate each other.
Yeah. And, I know someone I was speaking to recently said they've been, where they normally wouldn't have anxiety, they've been feeling anxiety during this time.
Yeah.
So we need, I mean, it's good for us to maybe know that this is an anxious time for people, just because it's, it's a very active time. And also, I just feel like the energy might bring up some energy, some anxiety.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Yeah.
so Kathleen asked, is it fair to say the nervous system generates the energy we feel? Tara and I were just talking about this morning. We do, we were talking about the energy of, like I have a friend who shares a lot of astrology, and this past month, there was a full moon and an eclipse. So it was absolutely a very active, kind of tumultuous time, as she's mentioned. And, Tara was just mentioning this morning how there's a lot of science behind some of these energy practices. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, the other thing that I would recommend, I know I've said this before, but the book by Deb Dana called Anchored, it's really good. And it's about helping to ground us using vagal tone, the vagal nerve. And if you don't, reading isn't for everybody. It's not always easy to set aside time, but there's 2 podcasts that she's done recently with Dan Harris, one on her own, and then one with a Tibetan practitioner, and I'm drawing a blank on her name, but both of those interviews are really good. So if you go out for a walk and you want to just kind of listen, so the book is Anchored, Deb Dana, great. Yes. And there's 2 podcasts, fairly recent, or maybe one of them she did last year and one more recently.
thank you, Tara.
Yeah.
I also, it's great to share these things. I love that Heather's mentioned the book by Oprah, What I Know for Sure, because I know it's got a lot of snippets in it. So it doesn't take a long time to read. So,
Yeah.
so thank you, everyone. We're at 9:00.
Thank
You for
you.
being here, and we'll be here next Tuesday. So I hope you have a nice end of your week and weekend. We'll see you soon.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.